Ladies and gentlemen, after the past 9 days, myself and the community have been on a crazy Easter egg hunt. Finally revealed Black Ops Cold War's reveal trailer, and this artwork has just dropped as well. And to think, all of this started from getting crates with projectors in. It's been one hell of a journey to finish this Easter egg, and this video, we're going to go over absolutely every part of the journey, as this was definitely an Easter egg for the history books, and I'm just so excited to relive this because it was an amazing time. I hope you guys are excited for Black Ops Cold War, as I know I am. And if you are new around here and want to stay up to date with everything, including the live reveal event in Warzone next week, make sure to subscribe to the channel with the bell ticked. And if you're going to enjoy this video, feel free to spare a second to drop a like, because I just realized I spent 20 hours collectively streaming this Easter egg hunt, so a second to drop a like is absolutely fair in my mind. I just want to give every single one of you guys watching a massive thank you for the support on these streams. It's been absolutely incredible. From all the new subscribers to all the donations, the new members on the channel, and those that took part in the new secret merch launch yesterday, thank you so much. If you weren't there to see it, I've released my first merch for Black Ops Cold War. It's a beautiful 4-poster pack of Wonder Weapon blueprints. We've got the ray gun, we got the Wonder Waffle, the monkey bomb, and the thunder gun in blueprint form straight from the archives of Treyarch. If you want to pick one up, there is a link in the description, but enough with the plugs. In the words of Dr. Monty,
let's recap a bit, shall we?
Monday the 10th of August, I received a mystery crate from Activision that I was allowed to open. And if you saw that live, yes, I did struggle with the lock, okay? We don't use those in the UK. Now, inside of the crate was a slide projector, which came with 10 slides and a manifest, which is a secret document that helped us out with the slides. Now, the slides contain different types of codes as well as 5 numbered maps displaying London, Paris, New York, Moscow, and Tokyo. And we also got images of the summit map from Black Ops 4. So we then knew we had to jump onto Black Ops 4, and we found there was new screen displays that were similar to some of the slides, and the 5 cities were also linked to 5 clocks on the map. And the numbers associated with the city were found on Summit, with each number having a different color. And these colors were identical to the colors used in some of the slides. So by overlapping specific slides on top of the clocks in Summit, a sentence was formed. The sentence being, "Bish, you were here." Now, this was a reference to a World Chess Championship between Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky during the Cold War. Now, using the remaining slides and overlapping them with the new screen displays found on Summit and an image posted by Treyarch on Instagram, another sentence was created: "Turn 11 white." This phrase was a reference to the first game between Fischer and Spassky, where Spassky took Fischer's pawn with another pawn during the 11th turn. Looking back at Treyarch's Instagram story, it also contained a 13-word phrase with only the letter K revealed at the 7th position. People found out the mysterious phrase was "pawn takes pawn," the move made by Spassky, and then the website pawntakespawn.com/TV was discovered. And I'm sure you all know where this is going. Starting Friday the 14th of August, every single day at a certain time, the website was updated with a VHS tape playing archive footage from different years in history. Now, every tape would flash a sequence of numbers, and every day as we got a new one, the previous day's tape would update with more numbers. And by the final day, we had a lot of numbers. If you played all 6 tapes at the same time, a number would appear on one of them every 5 seconds. Now, each tape also gave us a secret Warzone location to open, ranging from secret bunkers to little shacks that all contained parts of ciphers. And progressively every day we were getting more and more of these ciphers. Now, I know you're thinking, oh, this is going to be a very boring part of the video, but I seriously encourage you to pay attention because you are going to be blown away. Each of the VHS tapes has their own colored sticker on it, and the 6 puzzles in Warzone also have a colored sticker on them. On the website, we got a new URL, which was the 11th hour, and it showed us a cipher key which told us which tape's numbers would solve what cipher. Now, these ciphers get incredibly complex, but I want to show you one of the cooler ones, and this one ended up with a phone number that we had to legitimately phone and enter a 6-digit code. Here's what happened when I phoned that number on stream for the first time.
And enter your 6-digit verification code.
Okay, let's enter it.
Oscar, Alpha, Tango, Alpha, India, Ma, Mike.
Really cool in my opinion. That was all gotten from this cipher here called an A and F cipher. All we had to do was combine the first 3 parts so it made basically a numbered keypad like a phone. And parts 4 and 5 had different words which we simply had to look and match where the number crossed to show both. Writing out the entire response and converting it just to plain letters, we get this as one of the solved ciphers. Another one is a chemical cipher which shows 24 chemicals listed out and tells us to use the Hill system and disregards subscript integers. So essentially, we're just writing these chemicals out in a formula with abbreviated letters like you did during science at school. Now remember, the tapes also have a bunch of broadcast numbers. So using the broadcast numbers, we put them in the same order as the list, and the broadcast number associated is the letter in that position. So for example, yttrium sulfate octahydrate has the Hill system name HOSY, and since the broadcast number was 4, that tells us we need to use the 4th letter in that, which is Y. So using every number in those broadcast numbers to get the specific letter from each word, we get this final string of letters. Moving on to the next charge cipher, we have 2 sheets here which have blank numbers in. If you overlay 3 and 4, it fills out all the blank numbers, but of course we need to fill these blanks with letters. Now using the broadcast numbers from the tape associated with this cipher, we can simply use the alphabet as numbers to transform the broadcast numbers into each letter of the alphabet, 1 to 26 being A to Z. If we do that with every broadcast number, the sheet now looks like this. But we're not quite done. You can obviously see that there are numbers above each of these letters, and there's also white spaces that these letters are in and black spaces. We were told in another part of the cipher that if it's in a black space, you need to add that number onto the letter further on in the alphabet, or if it's in a white space, you need to subtract that number going back in the alphabet. So we see a 3 above the O, that means we need to go back 3 in the alphabet, so going back 3 from O gives you L. If you go back 5 from I, you get D, and so on and so forth. So finally, you get this finalized string of letters. Now, I know this is all getting slightly confusing, and you're probably wondering what's the point in me explaining this? Well, so many of you guys watching the streams obviously saw the Easter egg get completed, but I'm sure none of you worked out all of these yourselves and were very curious how they got solved. So we'll go through the last ones very quickly. This cipher is the Knick stack cipher, and we get the clue that certain tube designs help decipher radio broadcast signals, with page 2 showing us some numbers with gaps in it. We can see that this is a Russian NH12A design, and a simple Google search tells us the configuration of the numbers which we can fill in, which looks like this. And the last hint we get on page 3 is that broadcast signals need to be converted through certain Nixie orders. The numbers simply need to be converted into new numbers using that IN12A order featured in the 3rd part of the cipher. So here are the broadcast numbers for this cipher converted through that order into new numbers, and now the new numbers are just simply turned into letters following the alphabetical order of A equal 1, B equals 2, etc. So once all the numbers were deciphered, the final solution is this code on screen here. And the last one is the PSG cipher, which is a 4-square box cipher where we've got to fill in the letters of the alphabet from A to Z, but then we've got to replace some of these letters with some code words being Zephyr and Trident. And this one could take me a minute or 2 to explain, so we're just going to brush over it, and this was the end result. And with the Venona cipher, one of the hints is a page of words which you can spell in numbers, and in one of the bunkers in Warzone, it had resume cover await further instructions written on it. So converting that into numbered form, you put it in the first line, then the second line would be the same code but shifted into boxes of 5, and then below it you inputted it again, but the new box you had to fill in had a new line of 5 which has the clue heli evac. If you've ever played Warzone and you've seen a red cushion behind your character with a code on it, that is the code we needed for this cipher. Adding all the numbers up with the broadcast numbers, then finally use the column with the word J on page 4, and then only associate the new numbers with that alphabet value in that mentioned column, which gave us a final string of characters. Now once you had every cipher solved, we then moved on to the next part. Now, like I mentioned with the tapes, every 5 seconds a number would appear on one of the 6 tapes. Each cipher has 24 characters. There are 24 numbers that appear in every single tape, which meant every time a number appeared for a certain tape, that number matched a letter from our cipher. So going from the first all the way to the end, spell out a secret word, being a Cold War isn't fought on a battlefield, the time bomb is ticking, with every second the disaster is edging closer and closer, the danger is real. However, in between this sentence were letters that didn't make sense, but it was spelling out its own sentence, which was / play the game, find the truth. Add that onto the end of the porntakesporn.com URL and you get the official Black Ops Cold War teaser trailer, and that is the Easter egg absolutely solved. On stream, the team, including myself, myself, Noah J456, codename Pizza, Chopper, Smart Guy, and even JC and Liam were on track to solve this out entirely ourselves, but Geeky Pastimes and his crew got a little bit quick and managed to beat us and get that first in the world Easter egg completion of this incredible ARG. This was easily one of the most complex Easter eggs we've had in recent memory. I am just flabbergasted that this all worked. Like, think how much effort Activision went into creating this Easter egg, and it all actually made sense. Unbelievable. I'm sure I've lost some of you at some point during this video, but if you've stuck all the way through to the end, then I absolutely commend you, and you have to leave a comment down below saying the word elephant. That way, I know you're a real homie. But if you enjoyed this recap, you learned something new here today, be it how to solve a cipher or just how this thing came to be, be sure to let me know if you enjoyed it in the comments, smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you for another video very, very soon.